Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I'm gonna do an everyday contouring video that every woman can achieve. There's gonna be a few extra steps in there that are optional if you want to do them or not, but I'm gonna show you how you can get that really good contoured look that doesn't take you about 30 minutes. Now, I know there's a lot of videos out there with the stripes and the dots and everything, and I have people come into work all the time saying, how can I contour? I don't have 30 minutes to be striping and doing all that stuff that I see on Instagram and YouTube. And the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what, you don't need to do all that stuff to have a contour. Now, if you want to, totally feel free, but this is the video for my girls that only have maybe like 20-30 minutes to get makeup on and they don't have all that time. So this video is for you guys. Also, the reason that I have a very dramatic eye look is because after this I am going to work and I wanted to look a little schnazzy today. But alright, let's jump right in. Alright, so to start, we're always going to start with primers. Always, you got to protect your pores. So I'm going to be using the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer and the Primed and Poreless Pure. One is more for smoothing and the other one is for some hydration. And then after that, we're going to use this Loreal True Match foundation in N6. I really like the coverage of this foundation and it's awesome that it's such a good cheap price. And then to blend this out, I'm going to use my Real Technique sponge, and there are a few sponges in the world that can compare to the Beauty Blender, and I have to say that this is one of them. This is definitely a more affordable version of a Beauty Blender. For concealer, I'm going to use this Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Medium. Now, I'm going to draw basically like a weird upside down triangle shape. It's a line from the inner corner of my eye down to the corner of my nose and then out towards the tail of my brow. And then I'm also going to draw some on my chin and forehead, because you don't want to just highlight underneath the eye. Even if it's a little bit, you want to do the other areas as well, so that way it looks a little more natural, like you're just naturally lit there. And then to set all of this, I'm going to use this Maybelline Shine Free Loose Powder in Light. And the reason I chose light is because it would totally defeat the whole purpose of highlighting and contouring if I chose a shade that was the same color as my skin. Because we're trying to create some dimension here, which means we have to do a little bit lighter and a little bit darker. So I'm going to press the powder underneath my eye, and you want to press and not sweep there because it can make your concealer look cakey. And then I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of my face. So we are set with highlighting. Now to start contouring, I'm going to go in with this Smashbox Matte Bronzer in Suntan Matte. Now I like to do a line from the top of my ear towards my mouth, but stopping in the corner of the eye. You don't want to go too far in because it's just way too dramatic. And basically what this is going to create is a shadow. So you want to go ahead and apply it as much as you are comfortable with, and then you could totally see the difference that it makes on my face. And then after you contour your cheeks, you're going to go ahead and add some bronzing to the forehead. Now, some people choose to do it just by their temples. I like to do it all along my hairline, but that's because I have a pretty big forehead. So it just depends on the size of your forehead and what you prefer and what you feel comfortable doing. And then right after that, I'm going to bronze right under my neck. I like to do it there instead of by the jawline because it looks more like a natural shadow. And then we're going to bronze under our bottom lip to make sure that our lips look really nice, full, and pouty. And then for blush, I'm going to be using this Tarte Amazonian Clay blush in the shade Exposed. It's just a very rosy, everyday shade. And then you want to go ahead and apply that to the apples of your cheeks, and basically almost right on top of the bronzer basically. And then we're going to go in with that same powder and a cosmetic wedge, and we're going to use the long side of the cosmetic wedge. So we're going to go ahead and pick up some of that powder, and then we're going to run a really good amount of that down the bottom of the contouring. And the reason we're doing this is because we want a nice, good, sharp contour. It makes it look very clean. You can choose to leave it like the other side, it's just much more blown out. I just feel like it looks so good when it's nice and sharp. It looks very clean. So we're gonna go ahead and leave all this excess powder on our face for a while and do what's called baking, which means we're just gonna make sure we set it so that line stays sharp all day. And then we're gonna go in with some Becca Champagne Pop. You guys know I love this highlighter. I'm a tan girl and just some of these highlights make me look too ashy. So this is one of my favorites. It really is just a very nice champagne color, very warm. So many skin tones can use it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that right on my cheekbones, on the tip of my nose so that it looks more pointy, on my chin so that it is also highlighted and pronounced, and then whatever's left on my brush, I put it above the brows and just a little bit on my forehead. Don't put too much there because you really don't want to look greasy, just glowy. And then using a pencil brush, I'm going to pick up some of that same highlight and put it right in that little tear duct by my eye. That's going to help make us look very wide awake. Really good tip for those really tired days. And then we're going to put a little bit right on the cupid's bow to again just make it look like our lips are poutier. Then I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that excess powder, which is just going to leave behind that nice, sharp, and clean contour. You don't want this process to be messy. Then going in with some glow mist from Pixi Beauty, I'm going to go ahead and set all of this. This will give you that nice natural glow. Alright guys, that is all for this look. As you can tell, we are definitely much more bronzed and contoured, and one of the big facets of contouring is highlighting and also glowing. It's all about creating that dimension. So you can't create some shadow without creating some light, so we definitely got some light and some shadows. So I'm really happy I got to film this. I really wanted to do this. I hope you'll be able to learn something. Again, like I said, there are a few things that are optional. You don't have to do, but that's the cool thing about this video is that you can pick and choose a few things to take out or add in and you'll basically get the same results. So alright guys, I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you next time. Bye!